Welcome back to episode 3, guys, of the cam and head swap on my 240SX drift car. Right now, we're just getting the motor supported and off the brackets. That way it can swing around for the next parts. Just showing off the new parts that are going to be going on to the LS swapped 240. But first, let's get it up into the air. All right, guys, right here we're just supporting the chassis. We're actually going to lift up the car so we can get the tires free spinning, since we do need to separate everything on the front end to actually get the steering rack out. And of course, we do need to get the oil pan out too for what we're about to do. Right here, I'm just breaking free the steering shaft. Good job, break. Right now, I'm just going through, cutting off all the zip ties, making everything as easy as we can to get that oil pan out of there and to replace that steering shaft, since that did take a big poop on us at the end of the season. Right here, I'm just breaking free the oil lines. We do need to get those off the oil pan because the oil pan has to come all the way forward and free. Don't worry, guys, even though I am letting it leak, it is leaking into a bucket. Just an FYI. Finally getting some power in my hands, taking the steering rack bolts all off. That way this can be as easy as possible. Flipping from side to side. Hope you guys enjoy the voiceover commentary. Try to do it short and simple, fast forward through these clips. Right here, guys, I'm finally to the point where I can start breaking free all the small little bolts holding the aluminum oil pan to the block. There are a lot of these, so I just took my time and tried to fit my hands where I could. Just like that, the oil pan is almost all the way undone. Just have a couple more up front. Sometimes it feels nice to use a ratchet. Just makes things go so much faster. From here, me and Barry finally have it down, but before we can get it all the way, we do have a couple other things we have to do. Once the oil pan is free enough, what I'm doing in here is trying to cram my hands to get to the oil pickup tube. Trying to grab those little bolts so they don't fall. If they do fall into the oil pan, who cares? We're pulling the whole thing off anyways. As you can see, Barry's putting a crowbar in between of the frame and the steering rack. That way we can actually make a little space, put some wooden blocks in there, and get the oil pan out easily, as well as the steering rack so we can replace it with a brand new one. Now the oil pan is finally out, guys. Luckily, no metal shavings, nothing like that. The oil looked really good for a motor that we did beat on the whole year.
Install the 9-position crank sprocket first. The camshaft can be advanced or retarded off of neutral or the straight up position by positioning the crank sprocket. Use 2 and 3, figure 2, figure 3. Okay, whatever that means.
I thought you were snipping it.
There's a big hole, and then look, there's like...
I have a question for you.
What?
How does it feel to always walk around knowing you're just...
I fucking...
All right, so a little bit of a pain in the butt right here. As you can see, Barry is trying to put his puller on the lower timing chain crank gear sprocket. This did give us a little bit of a pain in the butt. What we ended up doing was heating it up excessively hot, and then we just kind of pried it off and it popped right off. So excessive heat and just prying actually got that sprocket right off for us. And luckily the new one went on really easy. Now we're finally doing that steering rack, guys. So we're just gonna break free both tie rods from both sides and then remove it straight and directly just like that. That was actually the easiest way we had found how to do it, was just to break everything free and then remove it right out of the car, since we do have the wooden blocks in there, keeping everything pretty spaced out so we had plenty of room. And just like this, guys, pretty easily you're going to see that the steering rack comes out in one full piece. What an accomplishment it felt like.
Spit on that.
Ooh, we're right on. Wow. So now I just need, the glove's hot as fuck.
Gloves ain't doing nothing.
Okay. All right, now when this cools down, we're gonna tap this on right now just to double check it's seated in all the way.
If you're wondering why Barry says, ow, that's hot, it's because we actually put that crank key into the oven just to help tighten it up so it would slide right over easier.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
He's so goofy. Because that dude can't take. Oh, now she's recording.
Oh, hey, that's fine. he's like,
That dude can't take a corner.
he like wants to go to competitions. It's like, bro, you can't even link the track.
You haven't linked Kalamazoo.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not one to shit talk, but
No.
I mean,
Oh, this is going right to him.
like know your place.
Right to it.
That's all I'm saying. Just know your skill. The best thing to do is to
Hey
act
Siri.
like,
Call.
the best thing to do is to act like you don't know how to drive, so then like people can't say you're cocky. So you're like, I already
She
know.
knows.
Boom, guys, and there we go. There's a brand new steering rack ordered from Injuku. Came in pretty quickly. I think pretty cheap price instead of trying to rebuild your old 240 steering rack. We're going to end up doing the alignment and everything on a different day. But what we're going to do is just get the steering rack back into place, put the tie rods back on, at least get the steering and everything straight so we can pull it on and off of the trailers. Otherwise, it is time to finally get the front gears on. So all I'm doing is lining everything up, putting it all dead center. The instructions are pretty easy. As long as you follow those and put the chain and sprockets on correctly, you will have no issues finding top dead center, depending on what your guys' application of what you're doing. So this is us just setting everything, and then of course trying to get the bolts all in, which did give us a little bit of a pain in the ass, but if a little bit of patience, you can line them up. Finally, oil pans going back on, making sure that everything seals properly. Here in a minute, right where the oil pan seats and touches that front cover, we are going to put a little bit of RTV just in the corner so there's no leakage. And then, of course, that pickup tube with the gasket in there. And now I did have to shim mine a little bit to actually make sure there were no air bubbles getting sucked up. Don't want that. We want all that clean oil getting sucked up easily. And then here we are tightening down all the oil pan bolts. A little tedious, takes a little bit of time, but boy, did it feel good to finally have everything zipped back up. All right, guys, so just finishing up the last little bolts on the suspension pieces. At this point, we thought it was a good spot to stop. It can roll on and off the lift. We can park it back to where it was. So this is video done. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 3. Continue to support, hit the like button, comment on the bottom. Otherwise, peace out, and until next time.